Okay, so I'm trying to make this brief, but today I lost my keys. This doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right? Like it's keys. It's no big deal. Um, the big deal, internet, is that I feel like um, I have what's the word? I feel as though I have a standard for how I operate in my life. And when that expectation or that standard is not met, um, woo, it gets ugly. It gets a little ugly right up in here. Um, and it was amazing to watch what happened. I have a Bagolini, which I love, and it's this purse, and it was like designed by flight attendants, and it has like all these different compartments for every little thing, and so there's pockets. I'm a big fan of pockets. Just ask anybody who's seen my prom dress. Pockets. Okay? Um, anyway, I have a pocket in my Bagolini where I keep my keys. And typically, I'm quite good about returning my keys to said pocket. Unfortunately, yesterday after work and then after Toluca Tuesdays, I came home and I was like, oh, I'm home. And apparently set my keys on the counter. Um, well, I tore my home apart. You can kind of see how I searched and searched and searched and searched, and there is like stuff everywhere. I tore my house apart. I had my roommate Jillian help me tear the house apart looking for the keys. I went back outside. I went to the mailbox just in case I threw stuff in the mailbox. I had my husband AJ come over, and he found them. But like right before that happened, I went through this process of losing my mind. Mostly because I didn't want to admit to anyone, much less my boss, that um, I had messed up. And it's just your keys, right? Like it's no big deal. It seems like whatever. But it feels and it felt incredibly irresponsible of me. And I don't know what it is that, like, there is this thing, and I have been exploring it for a while, and maybe I'll never find out what it is, but I have realized that if I make a mistake or if I somehow do something that I don't know if it's irresponsibility or what it feels like, but that I have messed up, um, I mean, I go nuts on myself. I just go crazy on myself. And quickly it starts spinning. How could you do this? How could you be so stupid? What were you thinking? Why didn't you organize yourself better? Why didn't you have X, Y, and Z in place? How could you have done that? And like, I have just committed an act of terrorism or some kind of act of treason or something that's so crazy in my mind. And I just kept repeating to myself, Annabeth, it's just keys. It's cool. And all the while, I'm like watching my body and like kind of observing what's happening in my body. And it was fascinating to watch because I was like, okay, there is a reason this happens. This is happening because really I don't lose my keys. I'm not that person. And not to say that there's anything bad about being that person, but apparently in my mind, it felt really irresponsible of me. Also, I had my work keys on there. I had my house keys. I had, so like my car key. So I couldn't go anywhere either. And I was like, okay, what is the deal, universe? Like this. And I was like calling on my angels and like really just trying to get a grasp on like what the deal was. I mean, this went on for hours, you guys. I could not find them. And I searched and searched and searched. And finally, I just went, okay, I guess I'm meant to contact my boss and tell him. So I contacted him and I said, hey, this is what's going on. And I really could feel myself wanting to be like, I just want to tell you this isn't me. This is not, I don't do this very often, da da da, da, and like really justifying and explaining it all away. But I was like, you know what? No, just state the facts. And like, you don't need to explain it. You don't need to justify it, just the facts. So I just told him, this is what's happening. I'm so sorry. And he was like, must be gremlins, and like responded really lovely. And of course, because that's like the life that I have. Like, what do I think is going to happen? Someone's going to fire me from my job, from my life, from whatever for like fucking up. Sorry. Sorry, internet. But like, and then I could like, as time went on, and at first I was really good and I was really proud of myself. And I was like, okay, it's okay. You know, it's just keys. It's something that happened. This is not who you are. This does not mean anything. This is just something that happened. It's okay. But man, as I could not find them, the rage that just built up within me. And it happened so quickly. And it's like, all of a sudden I'm spinning. And I'm like, okay, oh, wow, I can feel that in my chest. I can feel that in my belly. Okay, and like really just watching that. And then like, I cried for a little bit, you know, because apparently I do that a lot more than I realized. And, so I just, and I just kind of like felt sad for a little bit that like, for whatever reason, like that I felt like I was letting myself down. I felt like I was letting my work team down, and like how that was going to look, that I wasn't in the office and that they would think I was lazy and I wasn't doing anything. And it really was like this reputation thing. And like, what if they think I'm bad? Or what if people think I don't care and I don't, you know, and like, I don't understand where it even comes from. And I really would like to explore it more, and I'm going to do some journaling on this. And I've looked into it before, sort of in my past, and I haven't quite gotten what it is, but I feel like there is something that just, because it's such a trigger for me. Anyway, so that happened, and then I eventually just went, okay, I'm meant to just sit here and work from home. I'm being protected from something. I'm being led to something. And so I stayed at home and I did a lot of great work, and I was way more efficient at home because there was no distractions here other than needing to find my keys. And AJ texted me and he said, do you want me to come over and help you look? And it's such a blessing to have people in my life that would say, you know what, I'll drop what I'm doing and I'll come over and help you. Which was so huge because I really felt like I needed to work. And I was feeling so torn because I had wasted all this time looking for my keys to begin with. And I wanted to get into work early, and I was going to get all this stuff done, and I was going to feel so good. And it just was like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to just surrender here and just let this be. And so my wonderful husband came over, and he looked for my keys while I did my work. And I mean, he searched and he searched and he searched through everything. And that is a really good friend who will like search through your trash for you, and who will like, you know, and he kept saying, I know it must be that, you know, they just got dropped and got kicked under something, or, you know, they're just underneath something. And, because, you know, this isn't like you. And so like, it just was, it was really nice to have someone come over and care for me like that. And, but man, because I was so mad at myself. And it's like this journey is helping me realize how much I do that and how consistently I will harp on myself, and I will so quickly attack myself and be like, how could you do that? What were you thinking? And like, the what were you thinking thing is like, it's such a funny, apparently I was thinking terrible things about myself, which is not a part of self-love, you guys. So, so then I like sat at my desk, and I like set up my desk, and there was like chaos happening behind me, and AJ's like sifting through my garbage, and I had purchased flowers for myself, everybody. Some of them are a little bit dying now. But I love roses. I love the way they smell. And if you ever go on a walk with me, just be prepared, because I will stop and I will literally smell the roses. And so I just tried to surround myself by things that I loved. I looked at all of my affirmations, and I really was just trying to reiterate that to me. And I kept saying, I'm here, I'm safe, the keys will show up. And I'm here in my house. My life is good. I'm safe. My feet are on this ground. My butt is in this chair, like trying to stay present with what is. And so as I'm spinning out, I could really feel myself trying. And I'm really proud of myself for that. So that's new for me, that I can quickly stop what's happening and be present with it and be aware of it and not necessarily stop it from going on, because I feel like it's that time for me to explore that and figure out what that is so that I can be done with it, because it's ridiculous. I'm awesome. So yeah, I love everybody, and just today is just being present with my awesome self and just being gentle, just being gentle. The key The keys were under the toaster oven, you guys. I set them on the counter in the kitchen, and then they got pushed under the toaster oven somehow. So AJ was totally right. And yeah, it took a long time to find them, but we found them. Anyway, also, yesterday I just was so exhausted, I didn't make a video, and I decided that that was the way that I was self loving. So it's like day 23, 24. It's combo burrito. You're welcome. And I love you. And love yourselves. Okay?